Hello everyone, so today we'll try to understand the poem No Men Are Foreign by James Kirkup. First, let's see the contents. This PPT includes poem No Men Are Foreign, about the poet, about the poem, stanza-wise explanation of the poem, summary of the poem, theme, literary devices used in the poem, and glossary. No men are foreign. Remember, no men are strange, no country is foreign. Beneath all uniforms, a single body breathes. Like ours, the land our brothers walk upon is earth like this, in which we all shall lie. They too, aware of sun and air and water, are fed by peaceful harvest, by war's long winter starve. Their hands are ours, and in their lines we read a lever not different from our own. Remember, they have eyes like ours that wake or sleep, and a strength that can be won by love. In every land is common life that all can recognize and understand. Let us remember whenever we are told to hate our brothers, it is ourselves that we all shall dispossess, betray, condemn. Remember, we who take arms against each other. It is the human earth that we defile. Our hells of fire and dust outrage the innocence of air that is everywhere our own. Remember, no men are foreign and no country is strange. By James Kirkup. Now, about the poet. James Kirkup was a prolific English poet, novelist, playwright, translator, and travel writer, having become a Fellow of the Royal Society of the Literature in 1962. After first visiting Japan in 1959, he was to be largely based there for the next 30 years of his life, holding various positions at Japanese universities and producing many publications of both his own poetry as well as translation of Japanese works. Introduction to the poem No Men Are Foreign. The title No Men Are Foreign means that no man belongs to another country. The poet wants to say, promote the concept of universal brotherhood. In this poem, the poet wants to tell us that everyone in this world is same. All people, all men are same. They eat, live, die the same way, and everyone gets the bounties of nature like sunshine, land, etc. in equal measures. We can also say that it is a peace poem. Let's see the stanza-wise explanation of the poem. The first stanza says, remember, no men are strange, no country is foreign. Beneath all uniform, a single body breathes. Like ours, the land our brothers walk upon is earth like this, in which we all shall lie. So in the first line, the poet says, that no men are strange and no countries foreign. So he is attempting to remove the borders from the earth which have been erected to several different countries. Then only no countries will be foreign. We feel every country is as our own land, where when there will be no borders, everyone will be free to move around. The poet wants to say that the entire earth is one and all the people who live on this earth belong to one human race. Then he says that inside the uniforms worn by soldiers of different countries, the human being is the same. God has made all of us in a similar way, all breathed in the same way. Then he says that all the soldiers are our brothers. We all walk upon the same Mother Earth, and upon our death shall lie in the grave in the same earth. In the stanzas too, they too aware of sun, air and water are fed by peaceful harvest, by war's long winter stop. Their hands are ours and in their lines we read a level not different from our own. So in the stanza 2, they refers to those people who belong to other countries. We all call them foreigners and discriminate them and fight with them also. The poet says that nature has given all the bounties to all people, also just like he has given to us. Everyone gets sunshine, air, and water in equal measures, which means that God does not differentiate between people from different countries. We all do farming during the time of peace when there is no war. We live a relaxed life and eat the things given to us by nature. Further, he adds that the way we starve during wars and the winter time is the same for those belonging to other countries, even they don't get food at that time. So he wants to say that the foreigners who belong to another country and we both are same. And then the poet says that even their hands are same as ours. They work very hard just like we do. He is giving all these examples to convey to the reader that there is no differences in us and the people belonging to another country. Stanza 3. Remember they have eyes like ours that wake or sleep, and the strain that can be worn by love in every land is common life that all can recognize and understand. So the poet asks the reader to remember something. He says that we should keep in mind that the people of another country whom we think to be our enemies have been bestowed by God with similar appearance like us. God has given them eyes like ours, which open when awake and close when we are asleep. Similarly, He has given them strength which we can win through love. Then He says that in every country, in every land, there is one common thing, that is life. Life means all the things that are living. And if we can recognize them and if we can understand their feelings and realize that they are like us, then there will be no fights or war between us. Stanza 4. Let us remember whenever we are told to hate our brothers, it is ourselves that we shall dispose, betray, condemn. Remember, we who take arms against each other. So the poet says that we should remember that whenever someone tells us to hate a person from another country, to think him as our enemy, and whenever we think someone to be our enemy, then we deprive ourselves, we cheat ourselves, and we condemn ourselves. He says that we should stay away from such negativity. We should not consider anyone to be our enemy. During a war, both the parties must bear the loss, and that is why the poet says that war is not in our favor. He says that whenever we pick any weapon against someone, we should remember the things. Stanza 5. It is the human earth that we defile. Our hells of fire and dust outrage the innocence of air that is everywhere our own. Remember, no men are foreign and no country strange. So he says that we should keep in mind that whenever we pick weapons against any person, we make the earth dirty, because weapons like people and their bodies which fall on the earth make it dirty. Whenever war happens, it leads to a lot of bloodshed, fire, and death. These dead bodies accumulate on the earth and make it impure. The fire of war which erupts, the smoke which comes out, the dust which fills the air, it is so dirty that it pollutes and outrages the purity of the air. With all these things, the poet wants to give us a message that we should not indulge in war. Finally, he ends the poem by writing the first line in reverse and saying that we should all remember that no men are foreign and no country is strange. Summary of the poem. The poem No Men Are Foreign begins and ends with the same line. Remember, no men are strange, no country is foreign, as the poet wants to emphasize on the fact that all people living on this earth are the same, and that we have created distinctions by erecting borders and fences, different languages, etc. While we are alive, we walk on the same earth, and upon our death, we will lie in our graves in the same earth. We draws another similarity that we all enjoy good food during peace and starve during war and in winter time. We all have similar hands which we use to do a lot of hard work. All of us have eyes which remains open when we are awake and closed when we are asleep. He reminds the reader that whenever we hate someone, we cheat and hate ourselves. Also, when we pick up the weapons against someone, we pollute the earth and make it impure with the huge mounds of dead bodies too on it. Theme of the poem: No men are foreign. The theme of the poem No Men Are Foreign is the oneness of mankind underneath the superficial differences of color, race, nationality, and faith. It presupposes that all human beings are brothers and sisters. Those who spread hatred and wage wars are criminals and deserve to be condemned. The poem also deals with the supremacy of love, accord, friendship, and unity among all people in this world. Now let's see the literary devices used in the poem. The literary devices used in the poem are as follows. Alliteration, which means the repetition of a consonant sound in two or more closely placed words, is called alliteration. The instances of alliteration in the poem are: stanza 1, body breathes, B sound is repeated. Stanza 2, war's winter. W sound is repeated. Next is metaphor. A metaphor is a figure of speech that makes comparison between two things that are unrelated but which share some common characteristics. So, metaphor which we can find in stanza 1. Uniform refers to the military of different countries. Stanza 2. War time is compared to the winter season. And repetition, it is used in the entire poem. Remember word is repeated 5 times in this poem. Remember, no men are strange, no country is foreign is repeated in stanza 1 and stanza 5. So these are the literary devices we can find in the poem the no men are foreign. Thank you.